Let the record reflect the meeting is reconvened with all members present. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May I have a motion for the executive minutes of December 14th, 2015?
So moved.
Second.
Already discussed in executive. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Catalanello?
Yes.
Mr. Landrigan?
Yes.
Mrs. Vitale?
Yes.
Ms. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Wolkowitz?
Yes.
Mr. Rowe?
Yes.
Happy New Year, all. And we're off to another start of a year. And hopefully it won't be as crazy as the weather in the last 24 hours where you have a high of 66 and then it's barely 36 the next day. The Madison Public Library is featuring a number of interesting programs this month. Currently, they have a photographic exhibit by Jim Del Judas. The public is invited to the art show reception this Wednesday, 4:30 to 7 in Chase Auditorium. Other scheduled programs are this Tuesday app party. This is actually not this Tuesday, the 19th rather. App party, and then the 26th, the following Tuesday, Decadent Chocolate. And these are presented by Mike Canzano, proprietor of J. Emanuel Chocolatier in Chester. And then Sunday, December 31st at 2 p.m., Visual Literacy, the digital photographic era, presented by Jim Del Judas. The Drew mini course schedule, co-sponsored by Friends of the Library and Drew University, has been announced. Courses are being offered in art museums of Washington, the Self and the Illusion of Self, an introduction to poetry, key issues in American foreign policy, and music in the modern era. Information on these programs and everything else can be found on the library's website. The employee for the month of January, Donna Carey, of the Water and Light Department, for her commitment, dedication, and efforts in assisting with the water and electric utility billing merge and the implementation of a new online pay platform. So if you notice new bills, you no longer will have a water and light one in separate sheets of paper all on one, and you can go online to see your account. And anniversaries. Hattie Evans of the Tax Collector's Office celebrating 20th anniversary on January 2nd. Bring your officers up behind me here. So over the past 4 years, I've presented the Mayor's Hero Award. Most often it's been for single acts of courage or heroism. Tonight, we are recognizing someone who truly lived up to Webster's definition of a hero over an extended time. Hero, as defined, a person who is admired, idealized for courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities. That describes Captain Joe Cirilla. Police officers pledged to serve and protect. Joe Cirilla served that role with pride, dedication, and a smile for 26 years. To say that Joe had a career in law enforcement would give him and his uniform the short shrift. Yes, Joe enforced the laws, but far more he served to make lives better. Over the coming months, there'll be many great stories that will be shared about Joe. I was just told one last week by former longtime resident Ruth Russell, and anyone that knows that Ruth, she is the sweetest person I'll ever know. And Ruth called to apologize because she said if she had been able to drive, she would have been at Joe's service. You see, as Ruth's husband, Bear, got ill, Joe would stop by the Rosedale Avenue home to see how they were doing. This meant so much to Ruth and probably gave her the sense of security that enabled her to stay in Madison for years after her husband died. And as Carmela Vitale shared with me, Joe defined community policing. While on patrol, if he saw you outside, he would stop to see how you were doing, ready to follow through with whatever it took to make life better for you and for Madison. And along the lines of when you put on a uniform, you don't know what your day will bring. Bob Landrigan told me that Joe helped deliver a baby, the first time Bob ever did that on the squad. You can see Captain Cirillo not only worked to make life better in Madison, but he brought life into Madison. A hero is no braver than the ordinary man, but he is braver 5 minutes longer. Joe went longer than those 5 minutes and fought hard for his last 4 months to beat cancer that racked his body and eventually took his life. But by his side, throughout his life and his illness, was his devoted wife, Amy, and 3 beautiful children, Carolyn, Joseph, and Nicholas. Joe never let you down, and you never let Joe down. And in my eyes, you guys are heroes, and you deserve the love and support of the community. Thank you for sharing Joe with Madison for 26 years, and for that we'll be forever grateful. And with that, present you with the Mayor's Award, presented to Captain Joe P. Cirillo for 26 years of heroic effort on behalf of the residents of Madison. And that's Joe's sister and Joe's mother here. Again, thank you so much. Joe will always be in our hearts. Thank you. Okay, reports from committees. Finance Borough Clerk. I'm sorry, wait a minute. I need the new score sheet. Take 2, reports from committees. Utilities, Mr. Wolkowitz.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. There are a number of things to mention, not the least of which is that the Utility Billing Department is continuing the finalization of merging the water and electric accounts. If you may have recently gotten a bill and seen that, indeed they are in the same bill, which is a lot nicer than it had been in the past. So it's a good move for efficiency. Residents, following along the same lines, residents are encouraged to go on to RoseNet and create an account for the new online bill pay platform, MyGov Hub. This system saves time and money. You don't have to mail in your bill. You save a stamp. It's instant. It's got a lot of things going for it. It's the other side of the change in the bill. So please take a look. If you want to sign up and you're having some problems in creating that account, please go to our utility billing department. The staff will certainly be happy to help you. From the electric department, I don't know if some of you saw it, but I certainly did in our house. We had a little flickering of lights. It turns out that was the result of a transformer at the James Park substation having some problems, and indeed it caused a fair amount of damage as it went down. There was testing done on the remaining parts, and those parts that need to be replaced are currently being fabricated. It is an older transformer, and they don't keep that sort of thing on the shelf. So, but nevertheless, there's nothing to be concerned about. Obviously, the power's on all over town. We have a redundancy in our systems, thank goodness, and so we're in good shape. As well, the electric department constructed a three-phase transformer bank for new service at Drew University, and it also installed a new primary voltage feeder cable and two new pad mount transformers at the condominium complex on Green and Shunpike. You probably also have noticed that the Christmas tree lights are down. Unfortunately, they have to take them down. They get to put them up. They also get to take them down. The water department has been sampling for total coliform E. coli and volatile organic compounds, and that's consistent with state-mandated testing. And as you may recall, every year you get a report as to how that testing has gone. There have been, and this I find rather interesting, if you want to know about what's going on in town in terms of construction, there have been 47 requests for locating and marking underground utilities for homeowners and contractors, and as well, there have been 2 meter installs for new house construction, and there have been 6 water shutoffs and disconnections for house demolitions. That's among many other things that the water department's been doing over the last month. Thank you.
Thank you. Health, Mr. Catanello.
Thank you, Mayor. As a reminder to all Madison Borough residents who own pets that 2016 license renewals are currently being accepted. Madison Borough ordinances require that dogs and cats must be licensed annually, and the requirement includes animals that do not go outside. License renewals are available or must be completed between January 2nd, 2016 and January 31, 2016. Proof of rabies immunity good through at least October 31 must be presented to obtain a license. After January 10th, there's a $10 late fee assessed with the renewal, and pet owners can be subject to summonses and fines after June. Flu shots are still available. There's been a steady increase of influenza cases in New Jersey. At this time, the activity level in our region is considered to be moderate due to the warmer temperatures. The CDC is still encouraging flu shots to help mitigate the spread among our communities. Flu shots are still available at the Madison Health Department by appointment. The cost of immunization is $25 payable cash or check made out to the Borough of Madison. Madison Health Department provides vaccines through New Jersey Vaccine for Adults program. This program allows those who are uninsured or underinsured to receive vaccines such as meningitis, Zostavax, hepatitis A, B. Anyone interested in these vaccines should contact the public health nurses for details and appointments. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. And now, finance and, wait, or actually now, yeah, I'm losing.
Here I am.
I'm looking where he used to be.
All righty.
Finance and Borough Clerk, Mr. Landrigan.
Thank you, Mayor. Mary Testori, our new part-time tax collector, started on Monday, January 4th. Mary came out of retirement to help us for the next 5 months or so. Mary has over 20 years of experience, having worked at Plainsboro, Boundbrook, Millstone, and most recently Summit. We are fortunate that Mary was available and appreciate her stepping out on short notice. The borough had a successful tax sale on December 17th, and first quarter property tax bills are due February 1st. Sandy Emmerich from the Finance Department and Linda Sawyer from the Personnel Department have been working with a new version of our payroll software, including improving our vacation tracking. They also completed the quarterly review of employee pension contributions to make sure the information is being tracked properly by the state. Chief Financial Officer Jim Burnett has been working with our accountant and auditor to close out the 2015 books. No issues are anticipated. The statutorily required debt statement and annual financial statement are being drafted and will be filed with the state on time. The purchasing system will be rolled over for 2015 and being prepared for the upcoming calendar year. Jim and Ray have also been working with the department heads and finance staff on the 2016 budget. On December 15th, the borough wired the Board of Education approximately $3.8 million, which represents their monthly amount based on the tax requisition schedule. And from the clerk's office, in anticipation of the June 7th primary election, the filing deadline for nomination petitions for county committee member as well as municipal office is April 4th, 2016. Forms are available in the borough clerk's office. Voter registration forms as well as mail-in ballot applications are also available in the borough clerk's office or online at morriselections.org. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Public Safety, Ms. Vitale.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a summary, actually, of what the fire department did in 2015. Had a nice, long conversation with the chief, and he supplied all of this information, which I think is kind of interesting. 2015 was the busiest year for the fire department in its 134-year history. In 2015, the fire department responded to 1,302 calls for help, and this is an average of approximately 3.5 calls for help per day. General breakdown is fire/emergency calls 436, investigations 360, medical 506. The major incidents were an attic fire on Rosewood Drive in April, fire in Del Barton Woods on May 2nd, an air-conditioned unit fire at Madison Golf Club on July 9th, a car at Walgreens on August 7th, a house fire at 132 Shumpike, August 28th, a basement fire just recently at 9 Troy Court on December 6th. The fire department received mutual aid from our neighboring departments 3 times, and the fire department responded to neighboring departments 17 times. The fire department assisted our senior citizens in Madison by replacing 150 smoke alarm batteries. They installed 91 10-year smoke alarms and 41 carbon monoxide detectors. All the smoke alarms, carbon monoxide detectors, and batteries were made available to the fire department from the state of New Jersey and the Red Cross. So seniors, you could still have that done, and they'll come in and they'll change the batteries for you as well. The fire department participated in 23 training drills. 12 departmental meetings were also held. 5 of the volunteer members completed and obtained their Firefighter 2 certification. 6 volunteer members completed a 1-300 incident management class. 4 volunteer members completed a 1-400 incident management class. 2 career members completed and obtained their Level 2 fire instruction certification. 1 career member completed and obtained their Level 1 fire instructor certification. All the public and private school children, K through 8, and preschool children were given a fire safety class in the month of October, designed for each specific age group. On a different note, There were 646 fire prevention inspections were made, 289 home resale CO inspections were made, $68,924 in registration and inspection fees were collected. Also collected were $55,350 in fines for various incidents. 8 fire department vehicles have computers now installed, which were all paid for by the fine money that was collected, of which was of the $55,350. Total active membership of the Madison Fire Department as of December 2015 is 35. There's 14 career members, 21 volunteers. 13 are interior structural firefighters, and 8 are support firefighters. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Community Affairs, Ms. Bailey.
Oh, thank you, Mayor. The first Downtown Development Commission meeting will take place on Thursday, January 21st at 7:15 here at Hartley Dodge Memorial in the committee room on the second floor. The public is invited to attend. And then we all should save the date because the Taste of Madison 2016 will be held on Monday, March 7th at the Park Avenue Club. And this is the annual festive food extravaganza that benefits several nonprofit initiatives in our community. The chefs from Madison's finest restaurants graciously serve samples of their best dishes. Gary's Wine and Marketplace, the event's longtime presenting sponsor, provides guests with samples of fine wine, beer, and spirits, as do other local merchants. The Taste is a must-attend party for food lovers. It is also a celebration of the best of Madison. Due to popular demand, the 2016 Taste is introducing a premium beer garden. Tickets can be purchased at Gary's Wine and Marketplace in locations in Madison, Wayne, Bernardsville, and Hillsborough, or visit www.tasteofmadison.org. Select Madison merchants will also sell tickets in their stores. Tickets must be purchased in advance. Guests must be at least 21 years old. The VIP admission tickets are $100 each, and that allows you entry at 6 p.m. General admission begins at 7 p.m. for $65 each. Thank you, Mayor.
You and Public Works and Engineering, Mr. Rowe.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. From the Public Works Department, Saturday, February 6th, between the hours of 9 and 3, the garage will be open for yard waste and disposal. And on Monday, the 18th of January, they will start their Christmas tree pickup, so please leave your trees at the curb. They'll be following the standard garbage schedule. And finally, the ice pond is currently flooded, so hopefully if the weather remains cold enough, we'll have some ice to skate on.
Excellent.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor.
Any communications or petitions?
Yes, Mayor. Council received 2. An email received January the 4th from Charles Carey of Wisteria Court regarding the condition of a home on Morris Place, and a letter received today, January 11th, from Bob Jennings of Albright Circle regarding the east wing of Hartley Dodge Memorial and the Board of Education.
Thank you. And now we're up to the first of 2 invitations for discussion from the public. This one is limited to items on our discussion agenda or resolutions that are listed for introduction. Ordinances will have hearings at our next meeting. The agenda discussions are construction fee waiver, downtown revitalization, and the MRC master plan report, and any resolutions. If you wish to speak at any of those items, please step to the lectern, state your name, your address, and try to keep your comments to 4 minutes or less. 3 minutes or less, I mean.
Ooh, generous.
Ooh. I set my watch for 4 just to give you the benefit of the doubt. Anyone wishing to be heard? Seeing none, I close this part of the meeting. Construction fee waiver. Ostry?
Oh, yeah, okay. What we've asked, we have some empty storefronts downtown, so this is an incentive. We waive the fees, all inspections are in place. We've put a time limit of 2 years for this. All historic preservation ordinances must be respected, but hopefully it will incentivize new businesses to come into town. So that's basically.
And this has been used in several other towns successfully. Any discussion, questions?
Just a quick question. What do these fees normally run?
Pardon me, I didn't
How
hear.
much do these fees normally run?
It depends on what the project is.
Okay.
It can be thousands of dollars. It could be,
Value of construction generates.
Okay, all righty. Good.
I mean,
It's a,
hopefully we're going to gain in the end.
I agree with you, and I was just curious about the dollar value, that's all.
And, yeah, one way to look, the more they're reinvesting, the higher the fees could be, and so...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There is a
Absolutely.
size restriction, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's
5,000
5,000
square feet or less.
Okay.
Won't be waiving
But it's
an enormous
still,
building.
it could be a couple $1,000s.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good idea. I agree with you.
Okay, so that's ordinance 1 listed for an introduction. And our downtown revitalization, this is the RFP Committee, a committee to look at what are the questions we should be asking and how should we get the best way to get the answers out. Ben?
Thank you, Mayor. As you may recall, the committee was given 60 days to come up with an RFP pertaining to how best to go about revitalizing our downtown. The group has been set. I would like to say a couple of things about that. One is I'm very encouraged by the enthusiasm with which people have accepted working on this committee, but I want to also quickly point out that this committee has a defined and fairly narrow mandate, and it certainly has a short window. In 60 days, it will be gone. So those people who have asked to be involved and were told that unfortunately it's already pretty big, and it is indeed, stay tuned, because there'll be a lot more coming after this, and we'll need everyone's help. I hate to say sorry to enthusiastic volunteers, but we really had to make sure that we could have a small enough group to move very quickly. Our first meeting is this coming Thursday. The members of the committee have received studies done for several of our neighboring towns, including studies done for Madison several years ago, and we will begin the process of figuring out exactly what it is that we need more information about and more analysis of, and the result will, of course, be an RFP. Thank you.
And Ben, I don't have the final list. Do you have the list of the members that we can officially appoint them?
Bring it with me now.
Let me see, we have Frank Iannarone,
Correct.
Mike Kopis, Lisa Ellis, Russ Stern, John Morris, Ben Wolkowitz, Austri Bailey, John Hoover, Melanie, I don't have her last name here.
No. It's from Melissa.
Melissa Griffey.
It's Melanie from Tivoli.
Tivoli,
Oh,
yeah.
oh. Something.
Tomaszewski, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bob Landrigan, and John Sulu. And then you had one more name on there.
Yes, Melissa Griffey.
Melissa Griffey. May I have a motion to accept my appointments to that committee?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Mr. Catalanello?
Yes.
Mr. Landrigan?
Yes.
Mrs. Vitale?
Yes.
Miss Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Wolkowitz?
Yes.
Mr. Rowe?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, one thing before you finish. I was just going to ask if the whole council could get electronically the reports that were provided to the committee that were done for other towns. I'd like to start to look at those.
Okay, yep.
Sure.
Sounds,
Don't kill any trees, but
Yeah, be happy
Thank
to
you.
send them around.
MRC Master Plan Report. Austri?
Right. Thank you, Mayor. Well, in 2013, we, by resolution, set up an advisory committee to create a master plan for the MRC. And so what I've done with the committee's help is to put together a report with recommendations to the council. That report has been submitted to you. You received a map tonight that's been corrected. The first map was incorrect. And basically, I wanted to present this to you because there may be budget considerations moving forward. The Parks Committee we're recommending should be in charge of the passive portion of the MRC, and that means maintaining trails and the like. So we would like the council to be aware of those things as they move into the budget cycle, and we need to make sure we maintain our parks.
Any questions or comments on the report? Yes, Rob?
I forget who's on that committee.
Okay.
It's listed in the report at the back.
Okay. I'll find out later.
Yeah, Mr. Landrigan started the process, but since the committee met in the afternoons, he was unable to attend last year's meeting, so I guess I took over and got the report completed, but
Yeah, I just remember we sent it to the committee. I just don't remember who's on it.
it's in the report.
I'll find out. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
And there's a resolution, by the way, in the back
Gotcha.
to accept this report, because we don't want to lose this information, and we want it to be a document that's in the borough that people will have to use when we're long gone.
So that is Resolution 57 on our consent agenda to, Pat?
One quick question. I think part of the resolution was to pass the responsibility now to the Parks Committee.
No.
Or wasn't? Oh, it was part of the recommendation, though.
Yeah, it's part of the
Okay.
recommendation.
Has Paul Lacco been approached, and is he prepared? Because he's going to have to probably expand his committee to.
Oh, no, yeah,
Okay, that's fine.
if you read in the report, it's recommending that any of us who were participating in the passive should think about joining parks. I think as a council, you're Parks Liaison.
I am Parks Liaison.
So I think you perhaps need to talk with Kathy and Paul
Mhm.
and come before us with beefing up the parks
Okay.
budget. That's what I think is going to be the outcome.
Well,
Sorry.
thanks.
You're welcome. I'll help you.
Not a problem. Thank you.
It's something that's important to Madison.
Thank you, and for all in the committee, thank you for your hard work to make this happen. Since this is our first regular meeting of the new year, there are no ordinances for hearing, so we are now on our second opportunity to speak, and this is when you can speak on any topic. Please, again, come up to the lectern, state your name, your address, and keep your comments to around 3 minutes, please. Anyone wishing to comment? Seeing none, I close this part of the meeting. May clerk please read the statement for introduction of ordinances.
Ordinance is scheduled for first reading, have a hearing date set for January the 25th, 2016. All will be published in the Madison Eagle, posted on the bulletin board, and made available to members of the public requesting copies.
I call up ordinances for first reading and ask the Borough Clerk to read said ordinances by title.
Ordinance 1, 2016, ordinance of the Borough of Madison amending and supplementing Article 75-14 of the Borough Code to provide further for the waive of fees for construction to promote the renovation of existing vacant commercial structures.
Mayor, I move ordinance 1-2016.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Roll call vote.
Mr. Catalanello?
Yes?
Mr. Landrigan?
Yes.
Mrs. Vitale?
Yes.
Ms. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Wolkowitz?
Yes.
Mr. Rowe?
Yes.
Ordinance 2, 2016, ordinance of the Borough of Madison appropriating $33,500 from the General Capital Improvement Fund for environmental engineering services at the Hartley Dodge Memorial.
Mr.
Hartley
Mayor,
Dodge Memorial.
Mr. Mayor, I move ordinance 2-2016.
I second?
Any discussion? Roll call vote.
Mr. Catalanello?
Yes?
Mr. Landrigan?
Yes.
Mrs. Vitale?
Yes.
Ms. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Wolkowitz?
Yes.
Mr. Rowe?
Yes.
Ordinance 3, 2016, ordinance of the Borough of Madison appropriating $41,000 from the General Capital Improvement Fund for a preservation plan for the east wing of the Hartley Dodge Memorial Building.
Mr. Mayor, I move ordinance 3-2016.
Second?
Any discussion? Roll call vote.
Mr. Catalanello?
Yes?
Mr. Landrigan?
Yes.
Mrs. Vitale?
Yes.
Ms. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Wolkowitz?
Yes.
Mr. Rowe?
Yes.
Okay, consent agenda resolutions. Will clerk please read the statement?
Consent agenda resolutions will be enacted with a single motion. Any resolution requiring expenditure is supported by a certification of availability of funds. Any resolution requiring discussion will be removed from the consent agenda. All resolutions will be reflected in full in the minutes.
Mayor, I'd like to move Resolution 34-2016 through R36-2016 and then R39, 2016 through R58, 2016.
I second.
Any discussion or any that need to be pulled? Hey, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Catalanello?
Okay, I say yes on R34 through R36, R39 through R44. I abstain on R45 through R53. Inclusive, I say yes on R54 through R57, and I abstain on R58. How's that? Yeah?
I got
Very
it,
good.
yes.
Good job.
Okay. Mhm. And Mr. Landrigan?
Yes.
Mrs. Vitale?
Yes.
Ms. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Wolkowitz?
Yes.
Mr. Rowe?
Yes.
There is no unfinished business. Approval of vouchers.
Have public safety totaling $30,749.52. Health and public assistance, $6,794.14. Public works and engineering, $134,489.43. Community affairs, $8,601.55. Finance and Borough Clerk, $3,898,451.78, and Utilities, $853,387.03. The total is $4,932,473.45.
I move the vouchers.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call vote.
Mr. Catalanello?
Yes.
Mr. Landrigan?
Yes.
Mrs. Vitale?
Yes.
Ms. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Wolkowitz?
Yes.
Mr. Rowe?
Yes.
Under new business, I'd like to make the following appointment, not requiring council confirmation. This is to the planning board. George Limbach of Noe Avenue for the unexpired term of Tom Johnson, which is through December 31st, 2018. And last item on the agenda.
I move that we adjourn.
Hi. All right, thank you very much.
That was speedy.
Yeah, I can care less.
That was speedy.
Yeah,
I know.
we might have got it done before the first score. Let's see.
Tomorrow, on
Yeah.
Wednesday night at the open
just-
space meeting, we're going to hear the application for the LOI.
You just never know.
Yeah, it just.
Right, but this
It's February 3rd. Yeah.
And we adjourned before the first score in the
Yeah.
football game.
Yeah.